Namaste, everyone. Today we are going to speak about catnap. I was just preparing the slides for the class that we are going to take on the Vedic concept of midday. In Ayurveda nowadays, people say that we should not sleep during the day because sleeping during the day is going to destroy your agni, your metabolism. But the question is it so? and this talk today, we are also going to speak about the flow of cortisol during the day and some do's and don'ts concerning appropriate catnapping, when to do it, who should do it, and who should not do it. The very first thing is that if you have troubles about sleeping during the night, and this is quite common in your life, you should see if catnapping, that is, sleep during the day, is going to be beneficial for you or not, because probably will not. But if you don't have any problems of sleep during the day, and during your work time you feel a little bit tired, what we are going to defend here is that it's much better to sleep during the day before lunch than after lunch. The main reason for that is if you're not doing a lot of physical work, if you sleep after you have lunch, you're probably going to gain weight. If you're doing a lot of physical work, if you're a physical worker, sleeping 15 minutes, 20 minutes after you take lunch is not going to be a big issue because your metabolism is going to be so strong that it's going to easily digest that even if you are lying down. Here in Brazil, it's very common. We are now finishing the construction of our house that they have a kind of 1 hour lunchtime. They eat, they rest for 20, 30 minutes, and they go back to work. You can say, oh, this is not proper according to Ayurveda. But they're usually quite healthy in the sense that they have been doing a lot of work for 5 hours from 7 to noon, and when it reaches noon, of course, we can also defend that they can have a nap before they lunch. But not necessarily they are going to be comfortable for that because maybe they are going to be too hungry to try to sleep. For example, right now it's noon 42 here in Brazil. And this is a regular time where I have finished my first um, journey, my first period of work. Since in the place that I'm living, that it's close to Natal, that is the northern eastern part of Brazil, very close to Europe. Um, since the sun rises here around 6 a.m., I usually wake up kind of 2 hours before the sunrise. And when it reaches 11, 12, 1 p.m., before I take lunch, I rest for 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour. Depends on the amount of physical activity that I did in the morning, if I went surfing, if I did yoga, if I did swimming, and other stuff. And also, how was my night in the previous day? So, people that are used to have a lot of brain activity, a lot of mental effort, if they don't have a nap before lunch, probably they are going to be stupid after lunch. So when I was in my university, I was used to have swimming after the morning classes, and then after that swimming, I just took a kind of a juice, and I lay down there for 10, 20 minutes, half an hour. And when I got up, I felt refreshed and with hungry. So that's a very important point. We are going to consider that catnapping is beneficial or not for you under two parameters. Are they going to restore your vitality? One. Are they going to restore your digestion, your metabolic power, your agni? If the answer is yes for both of them, of course, we are going to say that it makes sense that you have a catnap before lunch. After lunch, the siesta. From the Ayurvedic holistic perspective, we can say that it can make sense for people that do a lot of physical exercise, physical activity. If you're not doing that, probably you're going to feel refreshed after taking a siesta, but you're not going to be promoting a long standing metabolic digestive power. And if you are having a good time of sleep during the day, that is not more than 1 hour. It's around 48 minutes maximum for us to have a idea of this concept. And during the night, you're feeling quite uh, without sleep. That process is not going to be beneficial for you also because it's going to be hampering your sleep patterns. So, according to modern or current science, we have a increase of cortisol or physiological cortisol starting around 4, 3, 4, 5 a.m., depending on what time the sun is coming. And around 8, 9, 10, it's reaching its peak. And up to noon, around noon, 1 p.m., it falls to its first bump. And then it goes up a little bit again around 1, 2 p.m., and it falls again up to around 4 p.m. or so. And then it should be just a little bump and then go down again. But that will depend on other considerations if the person is turning on electricity on the ceiling and other stuff. So there is a natural biorhythm, circadian rhythm that flows with cortisol what makes us awake. And considering that there is a smooth decay of this process, it's quite good that we enjoy the natural pauses that the human metabolism does. I'm not saying about cats, I'm not saying about dogs, I'm not saying about mice. I'm saying about humans. We can extend this to other animals, but they're going to have different physiologies, they're going to have different biorhythms. So, this will also take under consideration for people that are with more age and less age, but these are different. This video is not too big. What we are proposing here is if you have a work that it's in an office and you have to lunch and you feel drowsy after lunch, try to see if you can do a short nap before lunch. If you know how to do Nadshodhana or any kind of restorative for the parasympathetic system, it's good. For example, right now, my feet my feet are in the sun, taking a little bit of comfortable sun light. So it's just bringing some happiness to my legs. I'm going to lay down here for 5 minutes and then I'm going to continue with my life. And since yesterday in the previous video we spoke about the transition to the fall, this video is going to be in the end on those balloons. It's a kind of complementary topic because these conversations here are mainly intended to have a natural topic that is coming through my researches, my classes, my consultations, and so on. Okay? So if you have enjoyed this video and you want to hit the like button and do your comments and share all this stuff, we welcome you to do so. And for consultations and all these courses, you can see the description below. Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya. And by the way, the topic for this, if you want to research in the internet, it's Sandhya Upavasana. Upavasana or Upasana? Upasana. And this is not inside Ayurveda currently, but it's among the Brahmin Vedic culture. Okay? Thanks for the likes. See you in the next video. Namaste.